Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to another edition of the program, Serving the People. With me, your host, Anissa Batiste. Please let us start with a word of prayer. Dear Father in heaven, do bless me as I speak to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and may their hearts be inspired to support the good policies of the DRP party and to vote for us to get into office, that we may contribute to improving St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These mercies I ask of you, in Jesus' name, amen. And now, let me remind you that if you wish to contact me on this program, you may call the number on your screen. It is 528-1015. That's 528-1015. Or you may send an email to the address that is also on your screen right now. It is servingthepeople.ab@gmail.com. I'll repeat the information at the end of the program for your assistance. Let me also take the time to say a very special hello to my disabled friends, whom I always remember. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. And may God bless you. Yes. Now, this evening's program is a special children edition. It is a special program for children, and we want to talk to you about the policies of the Democratic Republican Party, the DRP, this party whose color is blue. We want to talk to you about the policies we have and we will have in government for children. I am going to show you footage of some small projects which we engaged in this last week with some children in Roseau and also in Walvaroo of East Kingstown constituency. Take a look at the first two projects that these children were engaged in. The first one was making sugar apple juice, and the second was ironing clothing. Take a look. Hello. We are here with some children in the village of Roseau of East Kingstown, and we are going to do some little projects with them. The first one is to make sugar apple juice. Let us find out who these children are. Tell us your names and how old you are. Starting with you.
Jennifer Jordan.
How old are you?
8 years old.
Alright.
Ashley Denny, 10 years old.
Okay. And you? What is your name? What's that? Mia Richards. And how old are you, baby? 2 years old, yes?
Javansky Phillips, 12 years old.
Okay, and you?
Shaparani, 8 years old.
Alright, and you? What's your
Kishan
name?
Harvard, 7 years old.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, so before we start making the juice, we're going to wash our hands. So let's go over to the pipe and we're going to each wash our hands. Right? So we are washing our hands quietly, and then we come back to the table to make the juice. Okay? As you can see, we have, what are these? We have sugar apples.
Sugar apples.
Right? On the table, we have sugar apples. Sugar apple is a fruit that grows in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There's a lot of sugar apples in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I remember when I was small, we used to have a lot, right? And then we have, yes, we have our container for the juice. We have some sugar and we have some salt. And I'll tell you why we have the salt. We're going to put a pinch of salt when we make the juice. The first thing we're going to do is this salt. It's actually sea salt from Union Island. Right? When they do the picking of salt in Union Island, this is the kind of salt we have here, right? We'll have to get some finer one. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, ladies, we are going to open the sugar apples. Anybody knows how to do that? How to break it?
I know how to do it.
Right. We're going to open, so one of you will try. Go ahead. Right. So you're going to break it open. Beautiful. Put it on the plate. Right? Okay. You go ahead with this one.
You say you don't want to do it.
Okay, come. On the first, right? Right. Use a spoon.
Take
off the and go ahead and scrape out the pot. Alright, it will help you. Take your time. Go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. We will take out the other pieces after. Right, so you see it's very delicate, so you have to take your time and then you might have to clean it after. Right, very good. Right? Just take your time and take out the pot. Beautiful. Look, you're doing very good. Very good. Right. Very good. And because our hands are washed, it's okay if we touch it because we washed our hands before, right? Right. Very good. Okay, so let's finish up quickly. And dig it out. Dig it out and chip in there in the bowl. Ooh, very good. What you doing there? Wow. Go ahead. Go Mia. Go Mia. Yay. Very good. Very good. Good job. Right, so let's finish up quickly so we can start to mix it with the water and so on. Okay, so now that we have removed the sugar apple pulp from the skin and we have it here in this bowl, right? What we're going to do now is we're going to add it to the water and mix it around to get the sweetness in the sugar apple and even the pulp dissolved as much as we can. So one of you could go ahead and pour it over in here. Right? Oh, good observation. So you take that out, straight in the bowl. Very good. And you could pour in some water. We have water here, so just pour in some water. Take your time. Okay, stay there for now. Right. And Audrey, you want to help? You want to start to swizzle? Help? Yeah? No? Want to try? You? Anybody want to try? You try. Okay, you'll try after, right? So start to mix it, right? Yeah, take your time, right? You don't want to throw it away, right? And this is to break it down. Get the sweetness come out, right? And break down it out, right? Because we're looking to get the juice from the sugar apple. Yeah, right? I just want to start mixing. You could probably use this to press down a bit on the pulp to get out the juice in it. Like this, but probably like that. Because when we strain it, we look at the seeds and the pulp out. Let's try tasting it to see what it tastes like with just the sugar apple sweetness. Okay. And then we'll determine how much sugar we need to put. So what I'm going to encourage you to do when you're tasting, you use your spoon, you take off some, put a little in your hand and you taste. Right? So you don't put your mouth on the same spoon. Right? Go ahead. It's sweet?
A little.
So it wants some sugar. Right, so you have to put some sugar. That's just the sugar apple sweetness.
Tastes kind of like water.
So it needs some sugar. Right. One of the things you could probably do too to get more of the juice out, like when you're dealing with sauce, if you wash your hands first, make sure you wash your hands, and you could use your hands to squeeze out the juices. Alright? So we're going to add some sugar. Sugar. We're not going to add a lot, right? Little by little until we get what we want. So you can try it. Go ahead. Put another one. And mix.
Mix it with a spoon?
No, with this one.
Let's see how to wash it down.
It's the same sugar apple, so it's okay. Right? Mix with more energy. Right. We are going to add some salt. Now, Anybody ever put salt in juice?
No. My mom knows.
She does it sometimes. Did she tell you why? But usually you just add you just need a small amount, a little bit of salt to balance out the taste. Okay? So, who wants to put the pinch? Me. Okay, we're going to have to choose one person, right? What it is just a pinch. Watch me. A pinch is like this, like a pinch, like this. Okay?
This one.
So go ahead. A pinch. Alright.
This you could go to.
Right. And we mix that in, just like we did with the sugar, our juice container, and we have our strainer. And we're going to use this as a cup to help us dip out, right? Yes. So you're going to get a chance to do it. You have to take your time and make sure that you do it, that it doesn't mess up, okay? So instead of holding the bowl because it's so big, you're going to use this. So go ahead and start straining your juice. Put more to that side. Yeah. And we could probably use the same wooden spoon that we had. Yeah, careful. Yeah. It's okay. It didn't break. You can see what's going on there? Go ahead, go ahead. Put more to that side so it doesn't come out, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we have finished making the sugar apple juice. And I'm going to give Miss Annie's Batty some to taste.
Okay.
Here you go, Miss Annie's Batty.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It tastes very nice. It's not too sweet. You're getting the flavor of the sugar apple. Very nice. You want to taste some, Mia? Right. Good job, good job. So now everybody's going to get a taste. Okay, so we all have our nice sugar apple juice. Let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Taste your juice now and enjoy.
Tastes very nice.
This tastes like the national drink.
Wow, okay, very good.
This tastes very nice.
Everybody
Sugar
nice
apple
and true.
Yeah, it's sweet. I like the texture.
Okay, this evening we're going to teach the children how to iron because it is important as we teach them industry.
Yes.
When we're using things with heat, you're not supposed to put your body on the ironing board because it is dangerous. You could get burned. So we're going to demonstrate how to iron a t-shirt, and you will place it on the ironing board like this, the end of the t-shirt, and you will try and get it as smooth as possible. Okay, so you could also use this edge of the ironing board and pull the t-shirt over it so that you could get a smoother ironing. Very good, Jonathan. You're doing a good job, right? The sleeve going. When you're ironing a shirt, you need to put down this part, the collar, and you iron the collar. So you iron the collar arches. Very good. We iron one side at a time, and you hook it there. You hook it in the ironing board like this. Very good. So you move from one side to the other, one side to the other, and you smooth it out. Remember, this is good to help you to get it smooth. Very good. You're doing a good job, Audrey.
Yes, my dear viewers, I do hope you enjoyed that presentation The children were very excited about it and we were happy that their parents allowed them to participate. And before we discuss in more detail why we are doing this, I want you to take a look at this next project. This one was some children in Walvaroo, where I come from, in East Kingstown, and they were engaged in learning carpentry, learning how to build a bench. Take a look.
Children,
Good afternoon.
all right, we are here in Walvaroo in East Kingstown this evening, and what I'm going to do with you all this afternoon is to show you how to work with your hands and make something, a piece of furniture called a bench. And I'm just going to quickly explain to you the basics of what happens in a woodwork shop, right? And I need everybody to pay attention so that you could see what to do, so that when you get a little older, when you get bigger, you can work with your hands and make things for your benefit. You can make it to sell, to take care of yourself and your family, okay? Very basic things you will find in a woodwork shop are pieces of board or wood. And the carpenter, he will work with the wood, he will measure it, he will cut it, and he will nail it together to make whatever furniture that he wants to make. If you look on the table here, you can see a number of them. We have a saw, a cutting saw to cut the board. We have something called a jack plane, and you shoot like this on the board to make it smooth, right? Also, we have another tool here called a chisel. It has a sharp edge, and you have to be very careful when using a chisel. This is a measuring tape, and it is used for measurement. This is called a square, and this square helps you to get a straight line. Of course, you need nails. You need nails. Also, you would find a hammer. An example of what we're going to make. This is called a bench. You sit on it, right? Here's your pencil. This line right there. You'll put a mark right there. Very good.
Good job.
Very good. You get a straight line. Push. We just finished cutting out the legs for our bench that we are building. We're going to begin nailing them together.
Very good. Take your time, take your time.
And we will sand like this, up and down.
We are the children of Walvaroo, and we built this bench.
Yes, my dear viewers, we want to thank all the parents who allowed their children to participate, and to thank the children very much for their willingness to participate, and we trust that they would have learned some valuable lessons. Now, I want to explain to you why we are doing this. I need you to understand, my dear people, that our children need to be taught how to be useful, how to use their hands to be engaged in honest, hard work that could help them make money in an honest way and to help themselves and their families, even from a very young age. And the DRP believes that our children need to be engaged from very young and being taught certain very important skills. We believe that as young as 3 years old, in one case we had little Maya who is just 2 years old, and she was able to remove the pulp from the sugar apple like the other older children. They are not too young to learn how to participate in the things that concern them, learning how to cook, learning in some cases how to do what you call dressmaking or tailoring. Okay, our children need to learn about hygiene or good health practices. They need to learn how to relate to one another, ethics, how to say please and thank you, how to be in an argument or a disagreement, how to respect one another's rights and freedoms, how to disagree without punching each other, without fighting. We need to teach our children these things, and this Democratic Republican Party is committed to engaging in community projects around the country when we are in government that will ensure that our children are involved and learning certain important skills from a very young age. They need to learn how to invent things, how to build things with their hands. So what are we going to do? The DRP will actually have a Ministry of Children's Projects. Yes, my dear people, we will have a Ministry of Children's Projects, and this ministry will investigate, discover, and develop various projects that children can join the business community even from a young age through their skills. They can know how to do certain things. I remember as a child, we planted a lettuce bed in the back. We took care of it, and every Sunday when people were preparing their Sunday lunch, they would come to our gate and they would order a bag of lettuce. And we learned to make little money by that way and save money to use for our break or our lunch at school, etc. We need to encourage our children in these kind of enterprise. This is what my party would do, the DRP in government. My administration will establish countrywide classes in various communities, community centers, training children in these things. Visit them in their various communities and ensure that they are learning things. They start projects and they are carrying them through and completing them successfully. These training programs will be in different categories. I mentioned tailoring, dressmaking, decorating, baking, and all these things that are necessary for developing industry in the minds and experiences of these children and also in the society. Because they are young, but they're the ones who grow up to create the kind of society we have. And therefore we need to address them from very small. And what you saw on the screen tonight were examples of what we would do. And this is very important. Look at the sugar apple. One of the little boys, he was so enthused. He said it tastes like a national drink. Okay? And this was a very important exercise for these children to be engaged in. So I want to encourage the children, you who are looking at this program, you who have seen other children like yourself, young and old like you are, doing things with their hands, being occupied in good things, okay? Learning how to do things that they could help themselves, help their family members, help their parents, help their brothers and sisters. And notice we didn't make any distinction. We had little girls driving nails, learning carpentry, and we had little boys learning how to iron. Because all of them are supposed to learn all these different skills. It doesn't matter their gender. We don't make a distinction and say, well, boys shouldn't iron or girls shouldn't be doing carpentry. No, no, no. Whatever they're interested in, whatever their hands can do, let us train them. And that is what this DRP government, given the chance to be in government, this is what we will do. And not just as an activity here or there to get into government, but I'm saying to you, we will actually form a ministry of children's projects. We need to give attention to our children and how they grow and how they are trained and the kind of values and skills they formulate from very young. These things contribute to a good society. These things contribute to a society that has less crime and violence because you're occupying them from very young in meaningful work and things where they could make money for themselves from young and make monies to help themselves. Okay, so I wanted to elaborate a bit on that, and I want to make a special appeal to you, the children out there who are looking at this program. I want to encourage you to encourage your parents, encourage your uncles and your aunties, your cousins, your grandparents to vote for the DRP, because this is the party that will encourage you to learn basic skills to help you to be productive, to help you to have good behavior in society, to help you to know how to behave with one another, to help you to stay out of trouble, violence and crime, criminal activities. A party that will teach you skills that will help you to make money to help yourself and your families. This is the party that will do this through a ministry of children projects. Tell your daddies and your mommies, tell your grandpas and your grandmas, tell your cousins and your aunties and uncles. The DRP, led by Mrs. Batiste, is going to create a ministry of children's projects, and she is going to ensure that we as children are involved in good activities throughout all the communities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where we can exercise our skills and where you can invent things and come up with ideas to do things and how to do things better. You will have a chance to show off your skills and also to be trained and to be encouraged in areas that you would like to pursue from very young. We are very serious about this because we understand that the children are indeed the future, and we have to deal with the issues from young, when you are very young and tender and can be trained. And so we're not just saying it, but we are going to have a ministry of children's projects. So children, tell your family to vote for the DRP, because this is the only party that is going to bring a children ministry, a ministry of children's projects, and this is the only party that is going to ensure that you as children learn the basic things that you need for survival and for development in our society. We've come to the end of our program. I'm happy you were here with us. Remember, you can call the program, you can call me. The number is on your screen. It is 528-1015. That's 528-1015. And remember, this is just the beginning. You haven't heard anything yet. This is just the beginning of the wonderful plans that we have in store at the DRP for you, our dear children, all of you. So until next program, may God bless you. And I'm Anissa Batiste. Love you very much. Say hello to your parents for me. Mwah. And take very good care of yourselves. So call me 528-1015. God bless you. Amen.